ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरवे सर्वलोकानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां निधये सर्वविद्यानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। नारायणं पद्मभुवं वसिष्ठं शक्तिं च तत्पुत्रपराशरं च व्यासं शुकं गौडपदं महान्तं गोविन्दयोगीन्द्रमथास्य शिष्यम् श्रीशङ्कराचार्यमथास्य पद्मपादं च हस्तामलकं च शिष्यम् तं तोटकं वार्तिककारमन्यान् अस्मद्गुरून् सन्ततमानतोऽस्मि। सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादं शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्। अपारकरुणा सिन्धुं ज्ञानदं शान्तरूपिणम् श्रीचन्द्रशेखरगुरुं प्रणमामि मुदान्वहम्। यत्कृपालेशमात्रेण पुमान् पूर्णः प्रजायते तं वन्दे ब्रह्मविद्धुर्यं सद्गुरुं चन्द्रशेखरम्। साक्षात्कृतं दयानन्दं परमार्थस्वरूपिणम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रशास्तारं प्रणतोऽस्मि परं पदम्। ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। सूत्रार्थो वर्ण्यते यत्र वाक्यैः सूत्रानुकारिभिः
सूत्रार्थो वर्ण्यते यत्र वाक्यैः सूत्रानुकारिभिः
स्वपदानि च वर्ण्यन्ते भाष्यं भाष्यविदो विदुः।
स्वपदानि च वर्ण्यन्ते भाष्यं भाष्यविदो विदुः।
ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि
ॐ आप्यायन्तु ममाङ्गानि
वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि
वाक्प्राणश्चक्षुश्रोत्रमथो बलमिन्द्रियाणि च सर्वाणि
सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम्
सर्वं ब्रह्मोपनिषदम्
माहं ब्रह्म निराकुर्याम्
माहं ब्रह्म
ब्रह्म
निराकुर्याम्
निराकुर्याम्
मा ब्रह्म निराकरोत्
मा ब्रह्म
ब्रह्म
निराकरोत्
निराकरोत्
अनिराकरणमस्त्वनिराकरणं मे अस्तु
अनिराकरणं
अनिराकरणं
निराकरणं मे
मे
अस्तु
तदात्मनि निरतेय उपनिषत्सु धर्मास्ते मयि सन्तु ते मयि सन्तु
तदात्मनि निरतेय
निरतेय
उपनिषत्सु
उपनिषत्सु
धर्मास्ते
मयि
मयि
सन्तु
सन्तु ते
ते
मयि
मयि
सन्तु
सन्तु।
ॐ शान्तः शान्तः शान्तिः
ॐ
ॐ
शान्ति
शान्तिः शान्तिः
शान्तिः
शान्तिः।
शान्तिः
यदि मन्यसे सुवेदेति
यदि
यदि
मन्यसे
मन्यसे
सुवेदेति
वेदेति
दभ्रमेवापि नूनम्
तभ्रमेवापि
तभ्रमेवापि
नूनम्
नूनम्
अर्धघ्रमेवापि नूनम् बोतरोति त्वं वेत्थ ब्रह्मणो रूपम्
त्वं
त्वं
वेत्थ
वेत्थ
ब्रह्मणो रूपम्
यदस्य त्वं यदस्य देवेषु
यदस्य
यदस्य
त्वं
त्वं
यदस्य
यदस्य
देवेषु
देवेषु
अथ नु मीमांस्यमेव ते
अथ
अथ नु मीमांस्यमेव
मीमांस्यमेव
ते
ते
मन्ये विदितम्
मन्ये
मन्ये
विदितम्
विदितम्
नाहं मन्ये सुवेदेति
नाहं
नाहं
मन्ये
मन्ये सुवेदेति
सुवेदेति
नो न वेदेति वेद च
नो
नो
न
न
वेदेति
वेदेति
वेद
वेद
च
च
यो नस्तद्वेद तद्वेद
यो
यो
न
नस्तद्वेद
तद्वेद तद्वेद
तद्वेद
नो न वेदेति वेद च
नो
नो
न
न
वेदेति
वेदेति वेद
वेद
च
च
यस्य मतं तस्य मतम्
यस्यामतं
तस्य
तस्य
मतम्
मतं
मतं यस्य न वेदसः
मतं
मतं
यस्य न
यस्य
वेद सः
वेदसः
अविज्ञातं विजानताम्
अविज्ञातं
अविज्ञातं विजानताम्
विजानताम्
विज्ञातमविजानताम्
विज्ञातमविजानताम्
ज्ञातमविजानताम्
प्रतिबोधविदितं मतम्
प्रतिबोधविदितं मतम्
प्रतिबोधविदितम्
अमृतत्वं हि विन्दते
अमृतत्वं हि
अमृतत्वं हि
विन्दते
विन्दते
आत्मना विन्दते वीर्यम्
आत्मना
आत्मना
विन्दते
विन्दते
वीर्यम्
वीर्यम्
विद्यया विन्दते मृतम्
विद्यया
विद्यया
विन्दते
विन्दते
मृतम्
अमृतम्
इह चेदवेधी धतसत्यमस्ति
इह
इह
चेदवेदि
चेदवेदी
ततः
ददसत्यमस्ति
सत्यमस्ति
न चेदिहावेदीन्महती विनष्टिः
न
न
चेदिह वेदी
चेदिहावेदीन्
महती
महती
विनष्टिः
विनष्टिः
भूतेषु भूतेषु विजित्य धीराः
भूतेषु
भूतेषु
भूतेषु विचित्य
भूतेषु
धीराः
विचित्य धीराः
प्रेत्यास्माल्लोकादमृता भवन्ति
प्रेत्यास्माल्लोका
प्रेत्यास्माल्लोकामृता
भवन्ति।
भवन्ति
इति केनोपनिषदः द्वितीयखण्डः समाप्तः गतवर्गे समाप्तः द्वितीयखण्डस्य सारः प्रत्येकं मन्त्रस्य सारः कः इति पश्यामः यदि मन्यसे द्वितीयखण्ड begins with the mantra. The previous Vashikara gave a Sangati. We saw. Nedam medidam upasate tadeva brahmatad tam vidhi iti uktva. Previous Pratama Khanda, Pratama Khanda, Upanishad said. So Brahma is not upasya Vishaya. It is not a Vishaya. Avishayatvat. Therefore, yadi manyase suvedeti. If you think Suveda Ham Brahma Suveda iti, I know very well Brahma. It means Brahma as an object. Then Tvam yat Brahmanaha Rupam Veta tat Dahrameva or Dabrameva. Then you know the form of Brahma which is, you know that form of Brahma which is Dahram, which is little. From yat Brahmanaha Rupam Veda Deveshu. If you know the form of Brahma, with regard to Deveshu, Deva Upadi. If you know the form of Brahma, you know the form of Brahma. If you say you know, then it is little, because you identify Brahma with the Adhyatmika Upadi, Sharira, Manasangata Upadi. Therefore, you say, I know Brahma. You objectify Brahma. That is Dharameva. Or even if you say that I know Brahma with the Deva Upadi, then also it is very little. Dharameva. Adidevika Upadi Sagita Brahma Jnanamapi Dharameva. Adhyatmika Upadi Sagita Brahma Api Dharameva. Both. Because you say Aham Suveda, the Sushtu Veda. If you say the Su is important, I know very well. Very well means you objectify Brahma. Brahma which cannot be objectified. That you say that Suveda, therefore, Dharameva Nuna iti, the Acharya says to the student. Therefore, Mimamsyam eva. Therefore, it should be Mimamsyam, it should be inquired into. It should be inquired into Mimamsyam Vicharyam eva iti. The word is Mimamsya. Mimamsya. Mimamsyam is Vicharyam ityartaha. Mimamsyam, it is Ato by that Mimamsya plus then we know what happens. Ato by that sutra, pratyaya, then ami purvaha. In fact, the word Mimamsyam derived from the dhatu, man dhatu. We will discuss all this in detail when we do grammatical analysis of Kena Upanishad if we have time. Interesting if we do like that. Man dhatu, man pujayam, or jigyasayam, first conjugation. Man badadhan shan bhyo dirghascha bhyasasya. We were chanting that in our Ashtadhyayi class. By that san pratyaya. Then mane jigyasayam, one vartikam is there. Then by this man baradan shan byodirgascha vyasasya, then san yegoho by that san pratyaya. Then dvitvam, haladisheshaha, rasvaha, sanyataha, all those things happen. Finally, we get the form mimamsyam, that is equal to vicharyam ityartaha. So it is yanganta shabda mimamsyam. Repeated, that is important. It should be inquired into. Repeated inquiry. So that you don't include the upadi. So therefore, if you objectify Brahma, it means you are excluding yourself. Because Brahma, I know if you say it includes a knower. Brahma is different from the knower. The knower is Brahma, but Brahma is not the knower. Therefore, daharam eva api nunam. Therefore, mimamsyam, vicharyam eva. Inquired into. Then the student says, manye viditam. I, I think I know Brahma iti. We discussed this mantra elaborately. Purva Pakshi raised an objection, Acharya gave a samadhanam, all those things we discussed. Then the next mantra, Sangati Acharya gives. We just see only the summary, quick summary. Katam iti shruno. Katam iti shruno. How do I know Brahma? If you ask, then the student says, Naham manye suvedeti, no navedeti vedacha. Yonas tadveda, no navedeti vedacha. Please listen. I'll tell you how do I know Brahma. Aham na manye. I don't think what aham suveda Brahma iti. I don't think that I know Brahma very well. Not that I do not know also. Na vedeti. I know aham veda, aham na veda. Yaha tadveda, naha asmakam. Yaha naha tadveda. Those who understand the statement of naha asmakam, the statement of me. Tadveda sahaveda. He knows. The person understands Brahma. He knows that Brahma. Therefore, I know and do not know Brahma. The statement of me, those who know, they understand Brahma. Very confusing shloka. The statement just with Veda and na, no na. But this is the right understanding of the Shishya. He didn't say I know Brahma very well. And also I didn't say I don't know Brahma. I know and I don't know. I know Brahma as myself. I don't understand Brahma as an object because that cannot be objectified. If it is objectified, it will become one more Vishaya. If it is one more Vishaya, then Shastram as Pramanam not required. Shastram is a Pramanam for knowing Brahma. Therefore, if I objectify Brahma, then Shastram is Baditam. Shastra Jnanam is Brahma Jnanam. So, therefore, through Shastram and the Shastram which is taught by the teacher through the words of the teacher, I come to understand what Brahma is, which cannot be objectified, which cannot be known through any other pramana. So, therefore, I know Brahma, but I don't know Brahma as an object. So, therefore, I know I don't know. Those who understand the statement of me, that person also knows Brahma. So, that is the statement of the Shishya. Then the Upanishad. Upanishad itself rephrases the Prativachanam of the Shishya. Acharya here, he connects the second mantra with the third mantra. Shishyacharya samvadat pratinivritya svena rupena shrutihi samasta samvada nirvrittam artam eva bodhayati yasya matam ityadina. Having withdrawn from the Shishyacharya samvada dialogue, between them. Shruti itself Bodhayati teaches Venarupena in her own words. Samasta Samvada Nirvrittam Artham. Nirvrittam is what is taken out, extracted from the dialogue, entire dialogue. The Shruti itself presents. Yasya matam tasya matam. Matam yasya na veda saha. Tavijñātam vijānatam. Vijñātam vijānatam iti. Tasya amatam. Yasya amatam. Tasya matam. The one for whom Brahma is amatam, abhiditam, not known as an object, as a vishaya. Tasya, for that person, Brahma is matam, viditam eva. Matam yasya, for the one who knows Brahma as an object. He could have could identify with Adhyatmika Upadi or Adidevika Upadi. Saha na Veda, he doesn't know what Brahma is. He understands only an aspect of Brahma. Saguna Brahma only he knows. Daharameva no Vetha iti. Therefore, Upanishad says, Vijanatam avijñātam. Vijñātam avijanatam. Vijanatam purushanam. For the ones who know Brahma correctly. Brahma is not known. Avijñātam bhavati Brahma. Vishayarupena. Whereas for the one who doesn't know Brahma, Vijanatam, Vijñātam bhavati Brahma. Vishayarupena. Therefore, those who say they know, they don't know. Those who don't know, they know. So contradictory. The statement of the Upanishad, paraphrasing using different words. The Shishya used Nona Vedeti Vedacha iti. The words of the Shishya are paraphrased by the Upanishad itself. Then, Katam Tad Brahma Samyak Viditam Bhavati, because such mantras are confusing. So therefore, Upanishad itself says, Katam Tad Brahma. A question arises, Katam Tad Brahma Samyak Viditam Bhavati. If you ask, Tadartam eva aga Upanishad Pratibodha Viditam Matam Amrutatvam hi vindate Atmana vindate vidyam vidya vindate Amrutam iti. Bodham bodham pratividitam. Pratyagaatmataya viditam pratibodha viditam. Bodham pratibodham. Avibhava samasaha vidudatu nishtha pratya viditam. Pratyagaatmataya viditam. Vipsayam avibhavaha. Bodham prati. Sarva buddhi vritti sakshitvena avagatam brahma. Matam bhavati jnatam bhavati. We have seen. So bodham prati. In every bodha, every cognition, it is known that cognition, that it's a upadhi, through which the upadhi comes to light because of Brahma. That is sarva buddhi sakshitvena avagatam bhavati Brahma. Knowing which, yasmad brahma jnanat. What is a palam? Amritatvam, amarana dharmam, amritatvam. The word amrita is used in fact, in this Upanishad many places. Amritam, amritatvam. The word amrita also, second line, amritam. The word is amritam, amritatvam. So the amritaha, the word also is used. The next mantra, in fact. Amritam, amritatva, amritaha. It is derived from the dhatu, mru dhatu. Here, amritatvam, avidyamana mritam. Tata amritam. Anekamanya padartha iti Bahuvarihi Samasaha. We saw the moolam. So it is derived from the dhatu, mrudhatu. Similarly, amrtatvam, the status of being, mrudhatu for tadadi conjugation, tadadigana, pranatyage, nishta pratyaya amrita, namrita amrita, then amritasya bhavaha, tasya bhavatvatalo, by that tvapratyaya amritatvam. The same way amrita, amritaha, etc. So amritatvam referring to amarana dharma, that is moksham, that is the person is free from janma, jara, marana, roga, adi, praptihi, sampraptihi. Therefore, atma jnanena amritatva labha. How do you say that? What is upapatti? Atmana vindate viryam. Vidyaya vindate mratam. Very important mantra, first line and second line. Atmana samahita manasa. Atmana is samahita manasa, samahitena manasa chetasa viryam samartyam. Vidyam is samartyam, the capability to understand the words of the teacher as taught by the Shastram. Guru Upadishta Vidya Rupam Samartyam, which is the cause for removal of avidya. Avidya nivritti karanam vindate labate. So therefore, amritam, janma marana ragitam, atmanam, brahma vindate labate. Labate is gains. How does he gain? Is it apraptasya praptihi? No. It is nitya labdasya atmanaha labha. It is praptasya praptihi. The Tikakara say, we have seen, kantastha mani praptivat. Kantastha mani praptivat. The kanta, over the neck, there is the money, the mala, the jewel, necklace is there. Looking for the necklace all over. Then somebody has to come and say it is right there on your neck. Kantastha mani praptivat. It is aupacharika praptihi. Aupacharika labha. Therefore, vindate iti. Vindate, that vindadata, vindalabe, gain. Praptayam. But prapti is praptasya praptihi. If something is gained which is not gained, that will be subject to loss later because it is gained. It is gained, therefore it will be lost. So that which is not gained, that which is a swarupa of oneself, that cannot be lost. Swarupatvat. Like Agneghe Oshniam. Agni cannot lose his Ushna, Ushnya Bhavaha, Ushnasya Bhavaha, Ushnyam. Minus Agni, minus heat. What is Agni is? Agni is because of heat. Similarly, here also, therefore Atma, which is Chaitanyam, that is Swarupa. So how can it afford to lose? It cannot be because Atma is consciousness, Chaitanyam, knowing which that I'm different from the Sharir Manasangata Upadi, Avastatraya Sakshi, Sachidananda Swarupaha, Atmaham, Brahma, Jagat Karana Brahma Giti, Vindate Amrutam, it is already Amrutam. Therefore, Praptasya Praptihi, Aupacharika Praptihi, Aupacharika Lavaha iti. Then the Pratibodha Viditam, that one word was discussed elaborately, and all the other views were dismissed by Bhashyakara. We saw this for many classes. Ekadesh Deshmatasya Doshanam Kanada Mata Khandanam, then Bodha Pakshasya Khandanam, Swasambedya Vada, that also negated, Anyamathanam Khandanam, then Bodham Prati viditam. Katam viditam bodham bodham prati. Iti Acharya. Finally, the meaning of the word is upasamhara, upasamharaha. Iti concluded. Then the last, the mantra. This chapter has got only five mantras. Last mantra. Kashtakalo janma jara marana roga sampraptihi samsara dukkha bahuleshu prani nikayeshu janma jara marana rogadi sampraptihi swarnaratirya prapretadishu samsara dukkha bahuleshu prani nikayeshu janma jara marana rogadi sampraptihi ajnanat. It is kashta eva. It is extremely kashtam, painful. Janma jara marana rogadi sampraptihi. It is kashta eva, very painful. And the being and the jiva taking janma through all the different types of beings, sura, nara, tretadishu, pranishu. The possibility of taking any janma is there. So therefore, it is samsara dukkha bhagulam. Samsaraha dukkhameva. Samsara dukkam. Samsara dukkam bhagulam yasmin. Samsara dukkha bhaguleshu. Therefore, that is because of ajnanat. Therefore, Upanishad says, Igachedavedhi data satyamasti, nachediha vedin, mahati vinashtihi iti. If one were to know Iha itself, in this life itself, in this Manushya Janma itself, Atman Yaha Avedit, in this life itself, Yaha Avedit. The word Avedit, it is Vididatu, it is Lung Lakara. They are not yet seen Lung Lakara. It is Ichili Lungi, Chlege Sich, all those sutras we chant in our Ashtadhyayi class. Chlege Sich, Chili Lungi, Sich Pratyaya comes after the Dhatu. Then Asti Sicho Prukte, by that sutra on Itagama will come. Then Adadhatukas Itagama, by that also, Sich will get on Itagama. Then Ita Et one sutra is by which Sich Lopaha will happen. Then finally you get the form Avedit. Attagama, of course, Lung Lakara, Nitvat, Attagama will come. Then Avedit. Then Padanta Takara, Avedit or Avedit. Just on. So we need to see Lung Lakara. We will see. The last Lakara, it's a little difficult. So Avedit, if one were to know, Atmanam Iha Eva, then Satyam Asti, there is some meaning, the purpose in life is there. Otherwise, it is not. Why? Because you have to come back. The purpose of human life, human goal will be lost, defeated. We are not sure what will be the next Janma. So therefore, if you know Atma, then you have not lost anything. There is no physical gain, but there is no samsara. That is the greatest attainment. One becomes free from samsara, one becomes free from the sense of incompleteness, inadequacy, which is due to ajnanam. So therefore, Manushya Sharire Avedi, if one were to know, Iha means in this human life, Manushya Janma, if suppose, na Vedit, if one misses that, then it's a great loss. Mahati Vinashtihi. So not gaining is a loss. Not knowing is a loss. That is why Shastra again and again it emphasizes the need for gaining the knowledge of oneself, for which that is for the ajnanam is a pratibandha ajnana vritti artham shastram. So therefore, Bhuteshu Bhuteshu Vichitya Dhiraha Dhiraha Buddhimantaha Dhimantaha Vichitya, having understood, Vichitya, having discovered, Bhuteshu Bhuteshu Pratibhutam, in every bhuta. Every bhuta is Jara Yuja, Andaja, Svedaja, Udbija, all the bhutas. Dhiraha, having understood the same Atma present in all the beings, understood that Yakshate Sarvatra Brahma, Sarvatra Brahma Darshanam. Therefore, she is Brahma everywhere, Sarvam Kaloidam Brahma iti. Having known Asmat Lokat Pretya Amritaha Bhavanti, having become free from this world, which is the world is samsara, which is in the form of ahankara, ahambhava, and mama bhava. That's what Bhashyakara said. Asmat Lokat Pretya. That is one way of one meaning. This ahambhava, mama bhava, or Asmat Lokat Pretya, we can take it as having gained jnanam, becomes a Jivan Mukta, and living this after Maranam, living this world. Amritaha Bhavanti, becomes free forever. So Amritaha Bhavanti, Jivan Muktaha Bhavanti, Amritaha Bhavanti, Jivan Videga Muktaha Bhavanti, Jivan Muktaha San, Videga Muktaha Bhavanti, Vimuktaha Vimuchyate, Asmat Lokat, Uparamya, Sarvatmaika, Bhavam, Advaitam Apannaha Santaha, Amritaha Bhavanti, Brahmaiva Bhavanti iti. Sayoh Vaitat Param Brahma Veda, Brahmaiva Bhavati, Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati iti. Bhashyakara concluded the Bhashyam to the last mantra of this Kanda, Dvitiya Kandaha, Samaptaha. Beautiful Kanda. All the mantras are important. The next Kanda, Tritiya Kanda. So this Upanishad has got four Khanda. The first Kanda is important. We saw how Brahma cannot be known. Na Chakshusa, na Manasa, na Vacha iti. Then Dvitiya Kandaha, Pratibodha Viditam Matam. Then the third Kanda begins. So the third section and the fourth section, third Khanda and the fourth Khanda, there we come across a story. So the third Khanda, there are 12 mantras, and in the fourth Khanda, there are 9 mantras. So the third Khanda, 12 mantra, plus the first 3 mantras of the Chaturtha Khanda, put together 15 mantras. Through these 15 mantras, a story is presented. The story, we will see the significance of the story through the words of Bhashyakara. The what was taught before in the 2 Khandas, they are presented in the form of a story. The story about the Devatas. So before that, we need to understand what this Devata is. This Devata is this Upadhi Sagita Brahma. Upadhi Sagita Brahma. Maya Upadhi. Brahma with Maya Upadhi is called Ishvara. It is Brahma is Ishvara. Some we use the word Ishvara always. We saw the word also to denote Brahma. Swamiji also uses the word Ishvara to refer to Brahma, and Bhashyakara also uses. So when you want to distinguish Nirgunam Brahma from Sagunam Brahma, then Parameshwara, the word is used. Word Parameshwara. So Ishvara, now this Ishvara is Maya Sagita Brahma, as in the Gita, 8th chapter. The Gita, 8th chapter, Arjuna uses, in fact, Arjuna asks question. He questions about 5 things. Kim tad brahma kim adhyatvam kim karma purushottama adibhutam cha kim proktam adidevam kimuchyate adiyajnam katham kotra degesmin madhusudana prayana kale cha katham nyayosmi niyatat nyayos niyatat abhigiti. So there, adhyatmam, adibhutam, adidevam, the 3 words he used, he asked about the 3. In fact, 5, and the 3 is important for us. Adibhutam ksharobhavaha purushashchadidevatam. Bhagavan said, Adiyajno hamevatra dehe dehabhratambara aksharam brahma paramam subhavam adhyatmam uchyate. Bhagavan described what is adhyatmam, what is adidevam, and what is adibhutam. They are manifestation of Ishvara through different upadhis. The Ishvara, Maya Sagita Brahma is presented in 3 ways, 3 forms. Or the Ishvara, the Maya Sagita Brahma, that Ishvara, the manifestation of Ishvara can be looked at from 3 different perspectives. Adhyatma, Adibhuta, Adideva. All are Ishvara. Adhyatma is Ishvara. Adibhuta also Ishvara. Adidevam also Ishvara. Adhyatma, when we say Atmani, Adi, Atma, Adhyatma, that is which is related to, referring to the individual. That's Adhyatma. Ishvara manifesting as the individual. Adhyatma. The individual. Adi, Atma. Adi is Atmani. That Adi, Avibhava Samasa Adhyatmam. Adi plus Atma, Adhyatmam. Atmani. Saptami. That is references individual. Then this another way of manifestation of, not another way, another second because Ishvara manifests in all these, the manifestation of Ishvara can be looked at in 3 ways. One manifestation through the individual Adhyatmam, second one is Adibhuta, Bhuta Sambandhi. Bhute iti Adibhutam, the manifestation of Ishvara in the form of this Panchamaha Bhuta, various elements, not only Bhuta, Bhautika, Bhuta, Bhautika, Prapancha. So this Bhutam, various elements and elementals, that is also manifestation of Ishvara alone. So this Adhyatma, the individual, that is Ishvara with the individual Upadhi, Yashti Upadhi, that is Adhyatma. Then Ishvara with the Bhuta Upadhi, that is Adibhuta. So that is I and this Idam, the Jagat. I transact with this Jagat. That is Aham Adhyatma, then this Jagat Adibhuta. I transact with this Adibhuta. That is I, the Ishvara. Aham Ishvaraha. What Ishvara? That is individual Upadhi. The Ishvara with the individual Upadhi, Shariramana Sangata Upadhi, Sagita, Brahma, that is I, the Ishvara, interact with this Bhautika Prapancha Sagita Brahma, with this Jagat. Jagat, which is Ishvara in the form of various elements and elementals. Now, this I interact, I and this Idam, both are Ishvara, Adidevam and Adibhuta. And we see there is an order in the Srishti. There is no disorderliness, there is complete order. I have got How do I interact with my sense organs, with my indriyani, jnanendriyani, karmendriyani? Suppose ear, shrotrendriya. Shrotrendriya, as an individual, I have shrotrendriya, and there is sound, shabda is there, and shabda gunakam, that akasha, that is there. So sound is there, that is therefore I hear. Ears are there, therefore I hear. There is an order. And sound, if the sound level is, decibel level is very less, below the audible level, I cannot hear. If it is extreme, that is universal. Similarly, eyes, vision also, everything, what is in the individual, it is in the total also. And they are governed by a certain order. They are governed by certain order. There is no disorderliness. Studying one eye is studying all the eyes of the people. Not indeed, each one have got different eyes. Similarly, different ears. No. So there is an order. So the Ishvara manifesting as this order, which connects these Adhyatma and Adibhuta, that is called Adideva. Adideva is that order of Ishvara, which is the connecting factor between the Adibhuta and the Adideva, Adhyatma, Adhyatma and Adibhuta. I, the seer, Adhyatma, and the seen is Adibhuta. This seer and seen is possible only when there is an order. I can perceive, I can see the object only in the presence of a light. There should be external light and there should be light in the eyes. So Adideva manifestation in the form of Surya, Surya Devata. That is Agni. Agni is form. Therefore, eyes also can perceive form. That is why the Agni, which is the Surya Devata, is a Pratyaksha Devata, standing for that Agni aspect. That is why in the temple, when they do Arati, we touch the Agni and place it on the eyes, not on our nose or on tongue. Why? There's a connection. Because the eyes preserving deity is Agni Devata. And Agni in the Samashti is Surya Devata. So Surya Devata, that is the presiding faculty, the presiding Devata of vision is Surya Devata. It is he who blesses the seeing faculty of the eyes. So therefore, there's an order. So similarly with regard to other sense organs also, every sense organ and everything in the world also, in the Jagat, there is an order presided over by this order. That is Ishvara. So therefore, Adideva is the manifestation of Ishvara in the form of different devas. Each faculty, we attribute each faculty to each deva, each devata. So that is by Chakrushaha, Suryaha, Astayoho, Indraha. So like that, in Tattvabada we have seen these devatas attributed to each sense organs. Manasaha, Chandraha, as Chandra waxes and moons. Similarly, mind also wax. There is movement, there is motion, emotional upsurge sometimes, then sometimes it is very quiet. So, like the waxing and waning of the moon. Therefore, Manaha, Chinchalatmaka Manaha, there is a connection, there is an order. In fact, that order can be clearly seen in some psychologically disturbed people and that particular Amavasya or Purnima. So there is an order. So that is Adideva. So Adideva, that is nothing but manifestation of Ishvara, Adhyatma as well as Adibhuta. Adhyatma and Adibhuta are connected by Adideva. So therefore all these are All these are nothing but the manifestation of same Ishvara. Now this Devatas, the Devatas are also Jivas alone. Jivaha eva. But they are exalted. They are great. Because that Devata, that position, like the Yamadharma position, Yamadharma Raja, that is also a designation, a post, which he gained by certain ritual, by certain karma, he gained. So Devatas also, that position, the designation is gained by through Upasana. Now this Devatas, once what happened is the Devatas, they thought, this Adhisthana Devatas, Agni, Vayu, Indraha, these Devatas, they became proud. They become very arrogant because they thought they know everything. So therefore, since they have the false pride, therefore Bhagavan wants to teach them a lesson. They think they know everything. So they became arrogant. Because arrogance is because of ajnana, ignorance. So arrogance is a sign of ignorance. So in order to show their ignorance and to teach them, then Bhagavan take the form of the Bhagavan assumes a particular form and comes and teaches these devatas. They are nothing but they are because of what? That is the teaching. That is what is taught, in fact, in the first two kanda. Now, through the story, it is taught. And Vashakara will tell why the story is important. What is the message conveyed by the story? The message is important. So, like in other the Puranas, etc., always we see the fight between Devas and Asuras in Devi Mahatmyam, or even in Bhagavad Gita. If Pandavas can be compared to Devas, then Duryodhana, they are Asuras, fight. And in the Purana, of course, we see the fight between Devas and Asuras. The Devas gain victory because of Ishvara Anugraha. So, Devas gain victory because of Ishvara Anugraha, but Devas, they become gloated at their victory, forgetting Ishvara. Therefore, to teach them the Ishvara in the form of a Yaksha. Yaksha is Yakshaha, Ishvaraha. He appears to make the Devatas inquire into who is Ishvara and who is Ishvara is. And they are not able to understand who this Yaksha is. Ishvara appeared in the form of a Yaksha. Even Indra also. Indra is Indriyanam Raja. Even he also could not understand. Then Indra became wise when Uma taught him. When Uma Devi taught him. This Yaksha who appeared before the Devas and taught, that is an avatara, but it is not Purana avatara. In Purana we have the avatar of Vishnu, but here it is in the Veda itself. Ishvara appears in a particular form to do a particular job. So he appears, and finally Indra was taught by Uma. So that is the story. That is, Yaksha appeared in the form, the Uma appeared in the form of Yaksha and taught. He teaches, he asks each one of the Devata to lift a grass, a small trinam, nobody could do. And finally, when Indra came, Indra also could not do. Therefore, he finally reveals. He teaches what Ishvara is and reveals. So that is the story. Now, the Acharya here in the Sambandha Bhashya, Bhashyakara says, what is the prayojanam of this Akhyayika, the story? Story we will see in detail. Upanishad is going to present. But what is the significance of this Akhyayika? Apurvaka Kya Dhatu. Akhya. Akhyayika means story. The story too is to establish that Brahma is. There is a necessity to establish Brahma is. Brahma is not known to those who know Brahma, who say they know Brahma. Therefore, if Brahma is something which is not known, then it is non-existence. Because what is known alone is said to exist. What is known, not known, doesn't exist. So therefore, one may say, therefore, Vashikara here, it begins with that introduction. Let us read the first few lines. Avijñātam vijānatāṃ.
Avijñātam vichanatam.
Vijñātam avijānatāṃ ityādi shravanāt.
Vijñātam
Avijanatam
avijanatam ityādi shravanāt.
Yadasti tad vijñātam pramānaihi.
Yadasti tad vijñātam pramānaihi.
Yannāsti tat avijñātam.
Yannāsti tad vijñātam
Shashavishana kalpam.
shashavishana kalpam.
Atyantam eva asat drishtam.
Atyantam eva asat drishtam.
Tatedam brahma.
Tathedam brahma
Avijñātatvat.
Avijñātatvat
Asadeva iti. Asadeveti.
asadeveti
Mandabuddhinam vyamogaha mabhut iti.
mandabuddhinam vyamoho ma bhuti
Tadartheyam akhyayika arabhyate.
tadatheyam akhyayika arabhyate.
Avijñātam vijānatam vijñātam avijānatam. Visa pratibodha viditam. Sorry, in the Yasya Matam Tasya Matam, that mantra. For the one who knows, for the one who are knowing, Brahma is not known. Avijñātam vijānatam. Vijñātam avijānatam. For those who don't know Brahma, they know Brahma. For those who know Brahma, they do not know. For those who know Brahma, do not know. Means they do not know Brahma as an object. For those who know Brahma, Brahma is not known because they objectify Brahma. Ityadi Shravanat. It is Shravanam we have done before. Therefore, Ityadi Shravanat. Yata asti tat vijñātam. So, yata asti. Because Brahma is something which is known or not, which is astiva, nastiva, it is not known. Therefore, it is not. Therefore, asti, yata asti, that is known. Pramanehi. With the help of pramana. Yata asti, tata vijñātam bhavati. That's true. What is there that can be known? Apply right pramana, you get to know. You come to know. Yata nasti, tata vijñātam bhavati. Yata nasti, tata vijñātam bhavati. Therefore, avijñātam vijānatam means. Then, if Brahma is not there, if Brahma is existent, it can be known. Brahma is not known to those who know Brahma. It was said before. Therefore, Brahma is something which is not known. It means it is not known, means it doesn't exist. So, yata asti, tata vijñātam. If Brahma is asti, that must be vijñātam, by pramana. Yata nasti, tata vijñātam. That which is not there is not known. Shashana, Vishana Kalpam, like the rabbits on. Therefore, Atyantameva Sat, it is completely, absolutely non-existence, non-existing. This is Drishtam, this is seen where in the Jagat, this is what our Anubhava is. If something doesn't come to our Anubhava, it is not known, then it doesn't exist. That is what we do. That is what we say. We apply pramana. It is not Anubhava Vishya, therefore doesn't exist. It's not Anubhava Vishya, therefore it is not known. Avijñātam. Therefore it doesn't exist. Existence of a thing is appreciated only when it is known through our experience. If it is not available for our experience, then what do we conclude? It doesn't exist. What pramana we apply? We apply anupalabdhi. I don't have a flower in my hand. Flower is not there. My hand is empty. What pramana? Flower is there, then apply pramana, pratyaksha pramana is. When flower is not there, yes, flower is not. Absence of the flower. Presence of a thing, pratyaksha. Absence of a thing, anupalabdhi. Therefore, by anupalabdhi pramanam, we can apply anupalabdhi pramanam and then say Brahma doesn't exist. Why? Because it is not the anubhava vishaya. So, is it anupalabdhi pramana? Yet asti tad vijñātam pramane. Yet nasti tad avijñātam anupalabdhi. Chasha vishanavata. Therefore, Brahma which is not anubhava vishaya, therefore not known, therefore it is like rabbit's on. Rabbit's on doesn't exist. It is completely non-existent. It is tucham asat. Eva iti drishtam loke. Therefore, what is perceived or what is to be perceived? What is perceived, that is known. Then if it is not, then anupalabdhi pramana, it has no prameya. No prameya, no object is there, therefore not known. Therefore, Brahma is not known. Tata in the same way, idam Brahma avijñātatvat, because it has the status of not known. Therefore, Jasha Vishanavat Asadeva, it should be non-existent, non-existence, because not known. Jasha Vishana, do we come across Jasha Vishana rabbits on? It never comes to experience because it is absolutely non-existent. In the same way, here, for Manda Buddhina, that is important. Manda Buddhya, this is how Manda Buddhi think. Manda Buddhi Yeshamte Manda Buddhina Vyamogaha, that moha, the confusion, delusion. Manda Buddhina may the one who have no thinking or little thinking have confusion with regard to the understanding of Brahma. Tadartam eva idam akyayika arabhyate. For that only this story is begun. Iti Bhashikara introduces the purpose of the story. Manda Buddhinam Vyamogaha. Manda Buddhi referring to us only. So let us not, because of our limited understanding or wrong understanding or little understanding, conclude that Brahma doesn't exist like Shashavishana. Therefore, tadartam idam akyayika arabhyate. For that purpose, this story is started. Further, we will see in the next class. Om Purnamadav Purnavidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadhaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Dhanyavadaha.
धन्यवादः जी
धन्यवाद जी
धन्यवाद
Dhanyavadaha.
धन्यवाद अक्षर जी।